All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Certainly not the pickleball turnout, but still a great turnout from, I imagine, the arts and the police officers. I did like when I was sitting up here to watch the whole front row be open and not one police officer would sit in it. They are milling around until they find a second row or just stand over there, so it's one of those things. Thank you all for being here. Looking for a roll call. Thomas?
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Helly.
Present.
Pashusta.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
Waller.
Present.
Baskin.
Present.
Postma.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a motion for the adoption of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 2 is a motion approving our minutes from April 7th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion also carries. Item number 3, recognitions and awards. We love this, and it's almost getting tiresome, God darn it. We honor these police officers. I know Mac has done a great job. Now Officer Josh Bradley also with the DWI. So McKeek, what do you have for our all-star DWI winners?
We've always been supportive of traffic safety and traffic safety enforcement. That was when the state program was called Safe and Sober. We've done the same when it's been under the TZD or Towards Zero Death banner. As part of that, the state does look to recognize those officers that are proactive out in the field making impaired driving arrests. In that vein, we've always had officers who have gone above and beyond. Jeff McCormick for many, many years was our honoree for this award. But we've had some of our younger staff pick it up as Jeff has kind of faded in the background a little bit. One of those being Ryan McCormick, his son, the other being Josh Bradley. We have our liaison from the state, Scott Conkey here. Scott's a longtime trooper. In fact, I wanted to point out that Scott and Jeff actually met 30-some years ago when Jeff was an Olmsted jailer. And that traffic safety culture is something that Jeff picked up on through Scott. Scott's a huge advocate for it. Been a pleasure to work with. I've known him for a decade or more. I'm going to turn it over to Scott and let Scott present the awards and talk about the officers.
Awesome. Thanks, McKeek. Welcome, Scott.
Well, thank you.
Again,
I
welcome.
appreciate your time. I don't recall if you referred to me as an old trooper, but I was letting them know today I lament Sunday because I turned Saturday. I greatly failed at retirement. But it's an important thing that we're representing here today because it's not about them, it's about you, and it's about the community and the people that came safe. And we have a couple officers who have dedicated themselves to become experts in the detection and removal of impaired drivers from our roadways. And it can be a tough discussion too, because sometimes it touches closer to home than we care. I know it has to me and my family. But our goal is first to remove these people so they don't harm others or themselves. And then we hope that by creating maybe a crisis in their life, they find a better path. Briefly, when I was Fergus cop way back in the 70s, Fergus Falls, I arrested a young lady for DWI, and let's just say it didn't go very good. It went bad from the very beginning. Years later, I had moved on. I was with the State Patrol. I grew up in Wilmer, where my grandmother was in a care facility for Alzheimer. My mom had put up a bunch of pictures of family for her to help her with her memory. There was a picture of my family, nothing in uniform, but a nurse came up to my mom and said, that gentleman there, did he ever live in Fergus Falls? She goes, well, I actually did. Hope you didn't meet him professionally. He goes, if he was a police officer, yes, he did. He arrested me for DWI. I thank him. He changed my life. So that's our ultimate goal, that we can do that. But officers, why don't you just come on up here? And they're a little shy. When you said they're by the door, now I don't have to cover the door. I can just sit in these guys' shadow and let them take it. But yeah, it was an honor because back in the day, Jeff used to book my drunk drivers when I bring him in. That's how we met him. But he has gone beyond what I ever hoped to accomplish in public safety. But we have recognition. We don't call it an award. It's because it's not a race. It's not a competition. And it doesn't minimize single arrest either. It says every impaired road driver that's removed from the road makes a difference. But there are people in agencies that have gone head and shoulders above and beyond. And a lot of times you don't get recognition for those efforts. And this is a small way of recognizing their huge contribution. So Ryan was fortunate to go to the Twins game where he's recognized as a DWI All-Star. And Officer Brady is recognized as the honorable mentioned DWI All-Star. They each have their awards. We're going to present them, but I just want to say thank you, sir. State of Minnesota. And one other thing I just want to say, this isn't just about us and cops. It's about the whole community, giving them the support that they need to do the job to keep you safe. So I always say it's a joining of sworn officers and elected officials who all have the same purpose, serve the community. So thank you for your time, but are there any questions of me or the officers?
No, I certainly want to add on behalf of the citizens of Austin, I guarantee the folks here and the people out in the community do nothing but appreciate law enforcement and your proactive work in finding these drunk drivers particularly, but just the work you do every day too to keep everybody safe. And I know you're up against it with some staffing issues, and you're certainly up against it with kind of some levels of crime and what people are doing out there, making very poor decisions. But we appreciate having you folks do what you do, and you make Austin really shine. So we appreciate Scott coming down to honor you, and just hope you can keep on keeping on. So Josh, thank you. Ryan, thank you.
And I want to thank you, Mayor. Last time, normally I like to come out at night.
The tie is my biggest fan, man.
That's what McConkey never shuts up. But when I was out here before, I came out about 10 o'clock at night. I like to present words when the cops actually are working. Then they don't have to get punished for lack of sleep coming out earlier. But your mayor was there for those times, and thank you for showing that support. So thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Thanks, gents. See you guys. Appreciate the APD showing up too and their support. Have a great one. All right, another recognition. We have a proclamation for Arbor Day, which I'll read. The proclamation reads, whereas trees and forest soils keep our lakes and streams clean by absorbing and filtering pollutants and sediments, and whereas forests prevent flooding and reduce stormwater by capturing and storing rainwater and snowmelt, which is then slowly released to our lakes, streams, and groundwater. And whereas careful management of our trees and forests protect drinking water and reduces the cost of water treatment. And whereas sound management of forested lands surrounding the Mississippi River ensures clean drinking water for more than 1 million Minnesotans. And whereas about 3/4 of Minnesotans get their drinking water from the forested parts of the state. And whereas planting and maintaining trees is a natural and easy way to keep our water clean. And whereas throughout the month of May, Minnesota pays special tribute to our trees as natural resources and dedicate ourselves to the vitality of our forests. Now therefore, I, Stephen M. King, Mayor of Austin, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Saturday, May 10th, 2025 as Arbor Day. And I do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Arbor Month in the city of Austin. Very good. Thank you. We do love our trees. We're Tree City, by the way. Ash trees are a different animal. Moving on to item number 4, the consent agenda. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Under petitions and requests, we have a resolution for item number 5, establishing miscellaneous administration license fees for 2025. Stephen.
Yes, this is just a modification to what is generally adopted each December, and it's adding in the fees that were set as part of the fats, oils, and grease ordinance, and also the sewer service line inspection requirements. So with that, we would request council approval of these additional fees.
Very good. Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions or comments for Mr. Lang? Looking for resolution?
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Very good, thanks, Tom. Item number 6 is a resolution approving a contract with Oyer Trucking. Stephen?
We've contracted 2-year contracts with Oyer Trucking for hauling of sludge at the wastewater treatment plant for the last 10 years or so. With the changes in our treatment plant process, this will be what we would propose as the last contract for hauling liquid sludge. We don't know exactly how much quantity we will have once the switchover occurs sometime in 2026. So instead of re-advertising this, we wanted to just extend the current contract with Oyer Trucking through the end of the hauling for this particular liquid product. We anticipate the maximum duration would be 2 years. The maximum amount would be 9 million gallons. And Oyer Trucking has agreed to continue this 2-year agreement at the same rates as what he's currently hauling it at. So with that, we would recommend extending this 2-year agreement to Oyer Trucking for hopefully the remainder of our liquid sludge time at the treatment plant.
Very good. Stephen, are they going to be trucking the cakes after the liquid goes away?
Correct. Actually, we'll look at how much quantity it is. The city, we may truck that ourselves. If timing and everything works out, we can haul that material in our dump trucks. So.
Okay, thank you. Council, any questions or comments? Mr. Lang, item number 6. Looking for resolution.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye. Resolution
Passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Thomas. Item number 7 is resolution approving an employee recognition policy. Craig?
Thank you, Mayor, members. We have a compilation before you of existing policies and practices that we've done in relation to employee engagement. Some new additions as well, focused on years of recognition and some other items. This has been before the employee engagement team. They've endorsed that, and we talked about it at the work session. Be happy to answer any other questions about the policy, but otherwise looking for approval.
Very good. Thanks, Craig. Council, any questions of Mr. Clark? Appreciate the employee engagement's time on this too, and the review and thorough deep dive. So I think it's a great new policy, great addition to honor those employees in a meaningful way. Looking for a resolution. Item number 7.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly.
Aye.
Bashusta.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Waller.
Aye.
Baskin.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
All right, on to number 8, old number 8. You're all interested in number 8. Number 8 is a resolution approving a request from the Paramount Theater for funding. Craig?
Thank you, Mayor and members. This is a bump out that's necessitated by ADA requirements. They've asked for a cost share of the $93,000. Members of the Artworks Festival and Austin Area Commission for the Arts are here this evening to answer any questions. Otherwise, we're looking for direction from council on approval.
Council, any questions or discussion on this request before I open it up to the folks that came to?
No, I'll just say, I had some questions and some reservations from the work session, so I reached out to those folks and got a nice tour. Jason joined me since he wasn't able to go to the work session, and got a better understanding of the scope of what's being done and the importance of it, and I think it's going to look great. The renovations inside are already looking great, so I'm happy to support this one.
Agreed. Anybody from the arts community want to speak on this? Or Patrick too, from the construction aspect, or we're good either way?
Tom Robbins, Executive Director of Austin Area Arts, and I just have to do a shout out to the cohort behind me. We have 2 co-chairs of our capital campaign, Belita Schindler and Randy Kramer, and members of our board and staff. And so glad that they could be here. We've got a great team, and we just appreciate your consideration of this request. It was great to be able to show council members Postma and Baskin around the facility and the property and just give them a better understanding of the scope of the project. So we appreciate your effort and time looking at this request.
Awesome. Thank you, appreciate it. Council, anything else further before we entertain a motion? Then I will entertain a motion for any amount you choose. Item number 8.
I'll move to approve.
The 46.5.
Correct.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 46.5. Let's do a resolution. Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Schuster,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Waller,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0, Your Honor.
Very good, thank you. Thank you all for your attendance and look forward to that project being done.
I understand that tours might be available for some others on the city council if you didn't get to go with Jason.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to do that.
Excellent.
Popcorn a little dusty.
All right, thank you, folks.
popcorn.
On to item number. Item number 9 is a motion approving the Main Street temporary bump out. Stephen?
Yeah, similar but different in that we've talked previously about the four-way flashing signal lights at Main Street at 2nd Avenue and also at 4th Avenue. And until we can actually remove the signal lights and improve the pedestrian crossings, we're proposing to install temporary bump outs that would involve a four-way stop at Main Street and 4th Avenue, and it would involve a two-way stop at Main Street and 2nd Avenue. I don't have any new information to add following the presentation that occurred at the work session, and there's different photos of other communities and how they have laid out similar type intersections with temporary bump outs. So with that, I'll turn it over to council for any questions that you might have.
Good, thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions? I'm looking for a motion for item number 9.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Item number 10 is a resolution accepting this one donation from Holly Wallace, $50 gift to the 2025 flower project. We thank Holly. She's not here to accept that in person, but we'll sure thank her for her donation and looking for a resolution to accept it.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Helly,
Aye.
Schuster,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Waller,
Aye.
Baskin,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 7-0.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 11 is a series of motions granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following locations. 11A, address is 506 6th Avenue Southwest, the Toscano property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11B, address is 408 2nd Street Southeast, the Neary property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 11C, address 406 2nd Street Southeast, the Ragor property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to citizens addressing the council. Are there any citizens in the audience wishing to speak to the council of items that weren't on the agenda? Hearing none, moving on to reports and recommendations. City Administrator Craig, what do you got?
I have nothing.
Okay. City Council, let's start with Paul.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you. Joyce, don't make me cry.
Yeah, so this being my last meeting, I had something written up, but instead, I just want to give a very simple and very heartfelt thank you to my colleagues, the citizens of Austin, the city staff. It's been nothing but a complete pleasure, so thank you all very much.
Thank you for your service, Joyce. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to say congratulations to Joyce for your service, and we wish you well as life takes you in a different direction. But I don't know that anyone has been a better voice for the employees of the city and bringing their concerns forward. So thank you for that. 4th Avenue Fest is Wednesday, June 4th. Make sure it's on your calendar. And that's it for me tonight.
Very good. Thanks, Laura. Jeff?
Yes, the library board did have a meeting last week. They want everyone to be aware that the library will be closed on April 28th for staff training for the beginning of the Selco library system changes.
Also, April 29th through May 1st is the implementation of the new Selco library system. Communication is being shared with the public with what they can and can't do during the transition. For example, checking out materials with an existing library card will still be available. A key feature of the new system for patrons is data privacy protection. The board voted to support the Minitex resolution. Minitex has several components and is important for two key reasons. Equity, the service provides through shared library resources. Example, each library can't purchase and store all the materials versus having a shared pool. And for community, our library has more Spanish language materials than other libraries, so we can share those materials with other libraries. Stay tuned for an infographic of key insights from the library's annual report. And I'd also like to thank Joyce for her service. It's been a pleasure serving with you. You have been an outstanding and excellent voice representing the people of the Third Ward as well as all citizens of Austin, and wish you well in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Posty.
Just one note, this weekend, there's lots to do in town. There is the citywide cleanup. I know that the United Way and a bunch of other folks are partnering on as far as helping cleaning up the parks. There's still volunteer opportunities for that in the morning. Beer, bacon, and beignets is happening in the afternoon, and they're looking for folks to attend and or volunteer for that. That's a fundraiser for Life Mauer County, so lots to do in Austin this weekend. And then just again express my thanks to Joyce for all the work that she's done. She's been on council the entire time I've been here, so it's going to be kind of weird to look over there and not see her anymore. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Jason.
Yeah, so two quick things. One is, very much enjoyed our joint conversation with the school board and the county commissioners last week. So just to, again, express our appreciation and support for the work that they do. Obviously, that's not always easy work, but I think overall people have the best interests of the community in mind, and certainly appreciate everybody's time and energy and work to make sure that we represent Austin in the best possible way, and in the most positive and proactive way. And then secondly, very much will miss you, Joyce. Thank you so much for your service. I know there's a lot of time and energy and work that goes into it. I mean, you've always had the best interests of the city of Austin at heart, and yeah, we started together, so it's going to be different not having you over there either. So best of luck on your next chapter.
Yeah. Thanks, JJ. Becky.
Yeah, Joyce, I just want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I was with you previously and then was hoping to work with you a little bit more, but yeah, good luck in your adventure.
Thanks, Becky.
Thanks.
Very good. Thanks, Becky. Posty reminded me of the Clean Up Austin. That spurred a memory of mine. Just want to thank the Sentence to Service program. They took a lap with their van and trailer around Mill Pond and got 380 pounds of trash picked up around the riprap, and they're still looking to get on canoes and pick up even more. They got more to do. So it's an amazing, that much poundage can come out of one trip around the Mill Pond. So kudos to Austin and those volunteers that will be picking up the trash around. Got to keep our city clean, no doubt. And Joyce, certainly we're all well aware this job it's not easy. It comes with a very certain level of stress, and you've done an admirable job of representing your ward, and thanks for your time on council. It's largely been absolutely a blast.
Thank you.
I mean, no squirrels today, but
No.
I guess we'll just have to.
I was hoping so, but
A squirrel, but
haven't gotten a call yet.
thank you for all the years and the decisions and I know it's stressful, so
Yeah, thank you.
you've done a great job. Appreciate your time. Thank you. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn to our Monday, May 5th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor, one thing, since it's staring at us in the face, and since we've all said goodbye to Joyce, it does open up a seat, and so we will be posting the Third Ward seat open for applications to Wednesday, it looks like, through May 13th. And so information on that will be on the city website, I'm assuming, or we have it here. If you're
I'll have it on the newspaper and on Facebook and city website. We'll post it on the boards here in City Hall.
Perfect.
Very good. Thanks, Posty. Now we'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you. Take a little 5-minute break and we'll go into the work session.